So many doors will open when you realize that it's okay to start over. Let that line land for a second. Most people don't lack talent. They don't lack ideas. They don't even lack chances. What they lack is permission. Permission to close a chapter that no longer fits and begin again without shame. We cling to the old because the old is known, even if it's heavy. We defend what we've outgrown because it feels safer than the unknown. But here's the truth. The life you want is almost always on the other side of a fresh start. Starting over is not failure. Starting over is wisdom. It's you saying, I've learned what I needed here. Now I'm ready for my next level. Think about it. Every strong story has a pivot. Every single great journey has a point where the hero changes paths. The pivot doesn't erase the path behind you. It gives it meaning. Those detours taught you what you like, what you don't, what you need, and what you'll never accept again. That's value. But what keeps us stuck is the fear of looking like a beginner. We worry what people will think if we let something go. We worry what they'll say if we quit. We'll worry if they talk. Some will. Let them. A lot of people like to gossip. That's life. People who are too scared to start over will always judge those who do. But you won't be living their life. You'll be living yours. And in 6 months, the same people who doubted you will always have believed in you. That's how it goes every single time. Here's what starting over actually looks like though. It looks like honest inventory. You ask what's working, what's not, what hurts, what helps, and you keep what builds you. You release what breaks you. It looks like cleaning your mental closet, removing the outfits that never fit you in the first place, making room for things that do. And yes, the closet will look empty for a minute, but that's okay. Empty is space, space is potential, and potential is where new doors live. But it also looks like small steps. You don't rebuild a life in a week. You choose one brick a day. You make the call, you send the email, you record the video, you update the resume, you take that class, you walk around the block. The simple, repeatable actions create momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Confidence quiets the noise, and eventually action speaks louder than any doubt in your head. Starting over also means forgiving yourself. You won't carry speed into a new chapter if you're dragging self-blame behind you. Maybe you stayed somewhere too long. Maybe you ignored red flags. Maybe you made a choice you wish you hadn't. That's okay. Own it, learn from it, and then put the lesson in your pocket and leave the shame on the floor. Shame won't protect you, but wisdom will. One of the greatest gifts of a fresh start is clarity. When you step away from what drains you, your mind gets quiet, and in that quiet, your real voice starts to get louder. You stop making choices to please rooms that never cared. You stop living for a role that wasn't written for you. You start asking better questions. What makes me feel alive? What kind of problems do I want to solve in life? How do I want to feel at the end of a normal Tuesday? And those answers guide you better than any trend. And you might worry about lost time. You might think to yourself, if I start again now, I'll be behind. But you have to think, behind who? Behind what? That's the trick of comparison. It invents a race you never agreed to run. Your life isn't late, it's yours. People make whole new lives in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s, and in their 60s. They move cities, they change careers, they start channels, they launch brands, they find new love, they heal their bodies, they even build communities. The clock isn't your enemy. The fear of the clock is what's your enemy. And let's talk about pride. Pride will also keep you in rooms that no longer fit because it can't stand the thought of starting at level 1 again. Pride will make you protect an image that's costing you your inner peace. But peace is the flex now. Peace is the new rich. Peace is the new success. It's better to be a beginner in a life you love than an expert in a life that empties you, in a life that drains your soul. And there's also the idea you have to burn everything down to start fresh, when in reality you don't. You can transition with care. You can build a bridge while you're still on the shore. Learn while you earn. Create after work. Wake up an hour earlier. Use your weekends wisely. You can be strategic and brave at the same time. Starting over can be a plan. It doesn't have to be a panic. People will ask, but what if I start over and it doesn't work? Then you'll start again smarter. Starting over is a skill. The first time it's scary. The second time is honest. The third time is focused. Each restart gives you better filters, stronger standards, clearer vision. You won't waste time the way you used to because you know yourself now. And here's the beautiful part. When you allow yourself to begin again, the world recognizes the signal. Doors you couldn't even see before start to appear. New people step into your life who match your new pace. You hear ideas you missed because you were busy defending the old ones. Your energy changes, and energy is a magnet. Opportunities don't just arrive. You become the kind of person who sees and seizes them. But you have to move. Clarity lives on the other side of motion, not overthinking, not asking 10 people for permission. Motion. Take the first step and let the path introduce itself. The road never shows up in full. It reveals a few feet at a time, and that's all you need. You don't drive at night with headlights that show the whole highway. You see what you need and you keep going. And there's going to be grief in the whole process of starting over. Even when you're excited about what's next, you're still letting go of a version of you that carried you this far. Honor that. Thank the old you for surviving, for trying, for learning, and then set them down with love. You're not betraying who you were, you're honoring who you are now. Keep your circle tight and honest. You don't need a crowd. You just need a few real ones who'll tell you the truth and stand with you in the middle, not just at the finish line. Share your goals with people who actually want to see you win. Protect your early days from opinions that haven't built anything. And remember to enjoy the build, to enjoy the process. Don't postpone joy until you arrive. Put joy in the process. Get sunlight on your face. Keep your space clean. Celebrate small wins. Laugh when you can. Rest without guilt. You don't need to punish yourself to prove you're serious. Consistency beats intensity when intensity can't be sustained. Starting over will test your patience. It will challenge your ego. It will stretch your faith, but it will also give you your life back. You will wake up and you'll feel proud. You will sleep and you'll feel light, and you will trust your word because you keep it. You're going to look in the mirror and recognize the person looking back. So many doors will open when you realize it's okay to start over. The door to peace, the door to purpose, the door to people who fit, the door to work that matters, the door to a body that feels strong, the door to a mind that feels clear, the door to a bank account that reflects your value, the door to a day that feels like it's yours. If you needed a sign, here it is. You can start again. You can write a new chapter without apologizing for turning the page. You can let go with grace and begin with courage. You're not behind. You are becoming. Open the door and don't be scared of starting over. If you enjoyed this video, share it to someone who might need to hear it. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. In the meantime, stay humble, be blessed, and keep going.